Hello traders, hello everyone, my name is Gregor Horvat and welcome to our new episode of Surfing the Elliott Waves, where I will look some of the most interesting developments for this week. This video has been brought to you by Orbex. I will look at cable, dollar CAD, crude oil, silver, S&P 500 and very quick look at the EURAUD. Now cable is coming to the downside. It's because of Brexit, very unclear situation there, and also corona cases are increasing in UK, especially when comparing the last few weeks data to coronavirus in US. So we are seeing cable coming down quite aggressively. We are now approaching this trendline support where we could see potentially some recovery before further weakness comes in play. Now from an Elliott wave perspective, what we see is the first leg of a minimum 3-wave drop, so I'm expecting much more weakness after any bounce. Now the first resistance that we should keep an eye on is definitely here at 1.3050, because it was a very strong break below this floor, and looks like that this could be now become a very important new reversal if tested after a bounce. So a cable is likely going to see more weakness if stocks are going to continue in this risk off mode. Then I think that pound will have very hard time to recover. And since we mentioned stocks, we can take a look firstly now on the S&P 500. We are seeing a very strong push below this trendline support. So obviously the market is changing its direction, but it can still be a 3-wave corrective decline, meaning that this setback can be part of an ongoing uptrend. But even if that's the case, I assume that we will see something more complex and not so sharp and simple. So I'm looking for a wave A, wave B to be a flat, then maybe wave C drops towards lower prices, and then we see a rise. Now here's this better visualization with the Elliott wave level. So you have wave A. This now could be maybe wave B underway here, and the ideal resistance would definitely be at this same trend line and around 33.50 up to 35.00 level. Okay, so stocks, in my opinion, still are in downtrend, at least temporary. We could see much lower prices, but be aware of a rally before real move could occur to the downside. Also, when looking at the risk-off sentiment, you definitely have to consider what the crude oil is doing. Well, the crude oil is coming down after this ending diagonal or wedge, if you want, here in a 5th wave. So we are now in a stage of a 3-wave setback. That's a minimum required structure to complete this correction, either for a wave 2 or wave B. Now the first support is at 34.60, it's not far away, so maybe we are approaching the final stages of this first leg, wave A, and then you will see a rally and final push down towards $30 per barrel. That would be ideal. Actually, that's a very nice support down here from the previous swing lows, and then you have a 38.2%. Now normally I'm looking for this level to be retraced before I may consider end of a wave 2 or wave B. Of course, you have some of the very important structures where in bullish trend where you don't see any retracement of a higher degree towards 38.2%, but that would be the ideal formation, especially if we consider that this was a very sharp reversal and that drop is not made by 3 waves yet. Now looking at the 4-hour chart, here is this substructure. You can count 5 waves down here, some supports, fib supports already causing a reversal. So maybe we are now in a stage of a wave B recovery. Now the first resistance would be around $40 per barrel. I think also very important psychological level. You have a wave 4 here and also these former swing lows as well. So after this bounce, I would expect another drop here for wave C. At the same time, obviously dollar CAD, if crude oil is coming to the downside, dollar CAD could rise even more. Now we are here seeing that price is trying to break this trend line of this upward channel, but it may not cause any aggressive drop here, because we have to consider that we are trading here in the middle of a wave 4 correction, which can either be a flat or maybe even a triangle if we stay sideways here. So I do not expect any dramatic sell-off here, but at least in the near future, I will be looking for weakness to resume once we see a free wave rally up here in wave 4. So notice that I'm tracking here wave 4 of a bearish impulse, so that's a wave 1, 2. You have an extended wave 3 down here, broken trend line that I mentioned earlier, and now you are retesting this trend line. But I think that even more upside could be seen here, because that's still only the first leg of a free wave recovery required for a wave 4. If the substructures are correct, and if we can hold above this current trend line here of this base channel, then I think that we are in a stage of a wave 3 as part of this 5-wave ongoing cycle for a wave A. Because as you know, whenever you're tracking a zigzag, okay, you will have 5 subwaves in a wave A, then 3-wave setback for a wave B, and then another 5-wave rally for a wave C before the whole corrective recovery can be completed. And as I said, this could be seen as a wave 4 up here. So you are now probably somewhere around here, meaning that there's room for a lot more upside here. So be aware of more upside, and at the same time, as I said, watch out crude oil prices. Crude oil are trading to the downside at the moment, and as long they will stay in this 3-wave setback, that's the reason why I'm also looking for higher prices here on dollar CAD. Now let's take a look also on silver. Now silver is trapped in consolidation. Consolidations, as I said several times, are made by 3 waves. The first drop here was quite sharp, so I think that's a wave A. You have a wave B, and now looking for a drop into wave C. Now wave C can be part of a triangle as well, if we can hold these lows here from August. So even if we see a little bit more weakness, then we could definitely still stabilize after this drop for a triangle, or we will see a 5-wave drop for a wave C of wave 4. But in either case, it's very important to understand that triangle and flat are both corrective structures. Now it's not easy always to recognize which kind of a pattern wave 4 is forming here, but I really think that whenever we have enough of evidence that correction is completed, either triangle or flat or maybe something else, who knows, then I think that there will be new opportunities here on silver on the upside. Also, I think that there is much more and better support around $22 compared to the current price here. Also, you will have down there this trend line, rising trend line, which if retested could offer a very nice support. And now finally, let's take a look at the EURAUD. Now EURAUD is definitely in downtrend here. Now tomorrow we have the ECB. Now ECB is saying that that euro is trading too high, meaning that if they will once again bring this topic on, and maybe other members, even more members, will support the idea that euro should be trading lower, then of course there will be a risk of a potential sell-off on the euro dollar. So that's why I'm looking here at the EURAUD. If stocks maybe will recover, at least even for a short term, and the euro will be in spotlight for potential weakness because the rate is too high, then of course watch out this EURAUD. In fact, we have a very nice triangle here. Maybe we are already in wave E. There's obviously, theoretically speaking, much better resistance at the 61.8% of this wave C projection. So this comes in at 1.6430. That would be a very nice area for a potential sell-off, but as you know, market could now be slowing down here. If euro dollar is going just on the sideline, stay on the sideline till the ECB, then obviously watch out for potential trend line, broken trend line, to give in evidence that we are already making a sell-off here. But the sell-off will be in a 5th wave. Where we could go here, well, maybe towards 1.56 level. Above that is 1.5880 level. Okay, that's the area where I would be looking for if we see this broken trend line. Okay traders, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you again next week. Bye.